Hello out there. There's dice on the screen. Welcome.
Free screen dice. Oh my gosh.
Hopefully we are audible and on stream. Can we verify before I talk? All right, cool.
I can see us. I can see us for sure.
Well, thank you everyone for coming. Welcome to the Old Ways Twitch live play of the Shadowrun 5th edition adventure drake.Revenge. I'm Leko, and I have the pleasure again of serving as game master for our players and viewers and listeners. And before introducing our cast, I would like to once again extend our deepest gratitude to our listeners, viewers, followers, and supporters on Patreon and beyond. And as for introductions, starting clockwise from the upper right corner of your screen, tell us who you are and what you're going to do with all the brand new Nuyen from this Shadowrun bunny.
Oh wait, am I doing the thing, or is Hollow Mercury doing the thing? I might have a very different answer. But anyways, hi, I'm Bunny Hearted. My pronouns are she, her, or they and them. I'm a retro anime bunny girl VTuber. Don't worry about it. I really love tabletop games. I really adore Shadowrun. I really adore all of these people, and I'm very excited to be here. I'm playing Hollow Mercury, our sort of facey thief with very few scruples, but suddenly soon to have a whole bunch of Nuyen. And probably to purchase some more headwear memory. turns out I don't have enough. So that's going to be purchase number one. Purchase number two might be like a rocket launcher. Let's go.
Right on. Rockets and head ram, I'm down. Let's hear from Morgan.
Hi, I'm Morgan, and I'm from the Old Ways podcast, and I play Cowboy. Our pronouns are she, her, and I plan on purchasing a Harley Davidson Scorpion and calling her Lilith with our earnings.
That's a lot of bike for a lot of Cowboy. Pesto, go ahead.
Hi, I'm Pesto Mystic, and I'll be playing Rusty, a little allergic driver that has a bunch of drones. And with my purchase, I think, one, I want to probably get more medics packs because I feel like I'm going to need like a bunch. And then some more stuff I would like to purchase is an army of surveillance pigeon drones.
Hopefully they are housebroken. And last but most certainly not least, Mike, what are you going to do with your Nuyen?
Yeah, hi, my name is Mike. I'm the chief catalyst and troublemaker here at the Old Ways. What am I going to do with my money? I am going to probably put it aside for medical bills.
Spoken like a veteran. Yeah, there's a lot of kind of mental calculus that is performed by every Shadowrunner on a job. When complications arise and they weigh the cost of the run, what they stand to gain, and like the elite kind of accept this as the nature of the business. But Johnsons only pay you for results. Your last lead was a bit of a bust. You came to find that the data packet you'd been tasked with recovering was transferred to another person. A buyer with apparently either no sense of honor or an eye for a sucker. Lucy Allen got duped into ruining her career and her lifestyle for a little over 500 million. And the only lead you have is that he's an orc decker that hangs out at a place called the Grim Reapers. That's not to say that your investigation didn't yield some intriguing results. It would seem that Lucy Allen had absconded with a bit more than some corporate pay data from Iris Firmware in the form of some encrypted archive protected by, as Hollow Mercury would soon come to find, a particularly dangerous breed of intrusion countermeasure.
Everything is totally fine.
Some of which are rumored to have the potential to kill even the most prepared decker outright.
That everything is totally fine.
So as the former, we'll call her package carrier, Lucy Allen, holds her corporate cyber deck in her hands, you kind of watch the color drain from her face as she pays attention to the various onboard indicators flickering with activity. And she looks to the room and she says, so your friend just triggered a countermeasure that was protecting that data packet. I spotted it in my scan, and I definitely wasn't about to risk my head trying to crack it. She points to a series of LEDs that seem to be spiking from green to red. So this is the biofeedback filter. Every cyber deck needs some sort of rudimentary protection, things like power surges, line noise, but they don't really prep you, they don't prep wage slaves for tangles with ice. So if that thing's got a hold of her, it's not going to let go until the lights go out.
As an ex-wage slave, I'm feeling very well prepared for this.
Hollow Mercury, you are well aware of the dangers of ice. And while encounters with the deadly, illegal, military-grade black ice are very unlikely, you know that even if you have the hottest deck on the planet, the deck doesn't care. It wants you. Like, the ice wants you. And you feel pretty well screwed. You feel the loss of control over your connection. Your I/O port, the I/O port to your senses feels like it's being forced open by forces outside your control. And you have two options. You can hang tough and continue what you had originally undertaken. The task that you set out to do was to decrypt this thing and to try to get enough hits to succeed while this ice chokes the life out of you. You're unaware at this point whether it's lethal or unlethal, but you're sure it's going to hurt. And you also know that there's no space for additional utilities to run on this deck because this thing is consuming a ton of memory. Your other option is to cut and run and to overcome this thing's hold on you through an act of sheer willpower and dump yourself back into your body and out of the matrix where it can't hurt you anymore. Which will likely, you'll suffer from dump shock, but there's a chance you'll survive it. But at this point, the choice is yours.
That is a tough decision to make. As much as I enjoy the idea of dying immediately, I think playing a character with a very strong survival instinct, she's going to try to cut and run.
Okay. So what I need you to do is I need you to make a body and willpower test, okay? And the threshold of this test is going to be the rating of this ice that it has you.
Sounds good. Body and willpower. I got 3, apparently.
So you bear down, essentially. You force yourself to become aware of your body. And as the connection begins to strain, you feel this thing grab a hold of you. And it seems to whisper menacingly, "Not yet," as it deals you a point of damage. Roll your body. Just body, no armor.
That's the body. I got bad results there. Not great results at all.
Is that one success?
It's no, I think that's rolling a 1 twice, but no success. Oh, there's 1 in there. Never mind.
Yeah, there's a success.
I see it.
So you only take 1 box of damage straight to your body.
Woo.
Those of you in the room, after Lucy kind of explains what's going on, you watch as Hollow Mercury's body begins to seize and buck, and it lets out a scream of it's like being strapped to an electric chair.
I also might need help finding where the damage is on this character sheet.
Oh, sure. Just a second. Whoops, that's the wrong screen. Hold on. Sorry. We can find it in a moment. If you could just note it for now.
We'll do.
The condition monitor. Right now it's just 1 box. I think your first penalty will come at your first 3, usually. Kind of depending on where you line up. But yeah, right now just note that you are suffering from 1.
Sounds good.
So once the scream happens, Lucy drops the deck as it starts to spark and there's a puff of smoke from underneath the keyboard.
Shit.
So I have a little computer,
Okay.
not ton. Do have a data jack, so I think it's safe to say that Saint has maybe jacked into a tortoise once before.
Sure, you have a data jack.
I just want to make sure that I don't think he would try to unjack, or he'd know better, but he's probably very concerned. about his teammate.
Sure.
And probably like checking her vitals.
So why don't you? Well, go ahead and give me a computer roll. That's fine. Cyber technology would also be available. So would medicine. Honestly, any one of those would be valid given the circumstances. Excellent.
That looks like I have 3.
So one, that's not supposed to happen. What just happened? That looks like whatever sort of surge is coming through that machine. It's not even on the matrix. It's something on that board is causing it to overheat and overload.
That's not right.
So whatever it is has, like full control over the hardware. As a result of that, it also seems to have full control over the connection to Hollow Mercury's head. The rest of you, what else is happening? Lucy backs up and puts her hands out. I have no idea what to do.
I just instinctively try and fan. Just fanning the thing.
You have hardware, don't you, as a skill?
Yes.
Why don't you give me a hardware roll? Logic and hardware, please.
Oh.
As this is hardware. Once it starts smoking, it's kind of in your domain.
Okay, yeah, I got a 1.
Okay. You don't know how much more of this that board can take. Just in general. Now, you're relatively certain that given the type of power supply that deck has, it's not likely to be able to issue what you would consider like a lethal jolt in one go. But the problem is you see it arcing again. Like you see it it looks like it's warming up. Cowboy? Any reaction to the room?
Does Hollow Mercury look injured?
She's screaming, actively screaming, and her body is seizing. She's great.
Well, that's a problem.
It's also very loud.
I will go. I have a little bit of first aid that I could go over and try to assist and
roll first aid for me, please. I love first aid. It's a great skill to have. Super useful.
Mm-hmm.
At 2.
Yeah, you're pretty sure it's trying to electrocute her brain. You can see, you follow the line to the data jack, and you can see that the jack itself is hot. It's hotter than body temperature. Those things usually don't get much warmer than body temperature. Technology has gone to great pains to make sure that these things are super duper safe. The metal is conducting a lot of heat right now. Okay. Meanwhile, inside Hollow Mercury's brain.
Love to be alive.
You do, in fact, find yourself when you get pulled back in by this thing as it deals this pain to you. When you open your eyes, you see yourself kind of strapped to a chair, and this presence here, this dark icon, stands with a hand on a switch next to a wall, and it speaks to you. And it says, "User credentials not recognized. Access key validation required." And it holds out its hand.
Sorry, it was in my other pocket. She's going to try to bullshit it.
So you are going to have to basically try to, you can either hack this thing or you can cut and run. Like you can still cut and run, like you're still trying to run. So if you do this, just so you know, if you strap back in and try to hack this thing, you are no longer running.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As long as,
I mean, it seems like running might be pretty challenging. Also, I think we have an important note in our Zoom chat to pull you to.
oh, sorry. The Zoom chat?
Oh
Oh boy.
Thank you, Pastor.
sorry.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, that might have messed up the video.
It did.
Yeah,
We're back.
use the if you could use the Discord chat because I can't move the Skype window.
Oh shoot.
Understood.
Okay.
I mean, not Skype window, Zoom window. Zoom, because we're not using Skype. Anyway, all right, good to know. Sorry on the audio. Let me. I can check that on our first break. I apologize to the stream if you only have me in one ear.
Okay, it sounds good.
We're doing our best here. Okay. So back to electrocuting you. Are you trying to run or are you staying?
I mean, I think at this point she's sort of like, I mean, she's already been pulled back into it. She's already being interrogated by a spooky AI thing. She's tried to run and that didn't work, so she may as well try to trick it.
Well, it's a threshold test, so you need to. I mean, if
she's
you're
gonna try for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So make a hacking roll, please.
Skills. And hacking. Ooh, it's just straight hacking, not hardware or computers or anything, right?
Well, it's hacking and logic, I believe.
Yeah, to be.
That doesn't look great.
So,
and to be clear, are we looking for 6s in this?
5s.
5s. Okay, cool. So I do have the 1 then.
Yep, I see it.
It's not going great.
You attempt to basically hack on the fly, and you manufacture a pass with the scant amount of resources still available on the deck, and you present it with something looking like a library card. It looks to you, you think, in kind of this. It's kind of like a black faceless faceted blob, and it says, "Access denied. Credential verification sequence failed. Caution level raised. To warning." It pulls the switch.
I love caution level is a swah.
So roll body, please, if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah, we'll do.
Excellent.
I got 2.
You actually take no damage, but you feel every moment of it. Whatever happens is getting worse. On the outside, another jolt goes through the deck. You can see that she's fighting. Like she's an active participant in whatever is happening. This isn't some sort of dream sequence. This is a struggle.
We have 2 choices. We can let her continue, or we can rip her out of there.
What does the second one entail? Like, what does that, like?
It means unplugging her. It means forcibly ejecting her from whatever box she's in. It could lobotomize her.
Can I make like a medicine check or something to see how much more she can take?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
If you have medicine, for sure. Go ahead.
Yep. 4.
Well, so you have taken 2 boxes of damage so far, like physical lethal damage. How many boxes of health does Hollow Mercury have?
I can check on Chummer. I'm not trying to find that on our sheet.
Okay,
here.
Chummer's fine. We love Chummer. Thank you out there, all of you who continue to update and make Chummer super duper useful. It's awesome.
I think that I have 5 boxes of health.
Okay, that's how bad it is.
So I'm at like 1 out of 5.
Well, you've taken 2.
Wait, did I take 2? I thought I only took 1.
No, you took the 1. So you're 1 out of 5. Yeah, you're 4 out of 5. I'm
at 80% being alive.
Is there like a third option? Is there like a splitter or something that somebody could go in as well? No, okay.
No.
No, that would have been clever, but alas.
There's probably not even an extra port on this thing.
There is not. There is no hitcher jack. There is no. Yeah, it's a very.
And there's
basic...
no display link either, so we can't even see what she's fighting. Okay. Well, we're going to have to make a decision. I give her another 10 seconds and then I'm pulling it.
Meanwhile, in the den.
Oh,
in
no.
The den of shocking. Access attempt by unrecognized user. Credential verification failed. Logging event for audit and initiating monitoring. Who are you? Identify.
Oh, Mercury. It's nice to meet you.
Unverified user detected. Access denied. Are you going to continue fighting, or are you going to try to cut and run still?
Is she aware that she's physically just, I mean, I guess I should also point out that I do fully have low pain tolerance.
Yes.
I'm not sure what that does mechanically. I feel at this point she doesn't have a lot more left in her.
So I think low pain tolerance as a quality. I don't
It is
actually
a quality.
know, but it sounds like it makes.
I can
it
pull
sounds
it
like
up
it makes,
real quick here too.
It sounds like it makes damage worse. That's what it sounds like.
I think you might be right. I couldn't find it in the old school books. I should check the new one.
Yeah, it might be from
5e. -1 wound modifier for every 2 box cumulative damage instead of the normal 3 boxes. Okay. So it just makes me have minuses earlier.
Yeah, it hurts. It hurts more earlier.
Fair enough.
So you are very aware that this thing is trying to kill you. You are very aware.
Let's try to convince it one more time.
Okay.
She's really excited about potentially learning something really important and interesting, but she also really doesn't want to die. So she's gonna try to balance the two of them. Straight hacking?
It is hacking. Well, logic and hacking, but yes.
Still only go to 1. I don't have any of that edge remaining, do I? I think I spent it last game.
You should have edge.
Wait, do I?
Yeah.
I only have the 1.
When edge refreshes every game, doesn't it? Doesn't it? I'm going to decide it does.
Sweet.
Roll
Okay. Sounds good. So rolling edge. Wait, how do we do that on the sheet? I need to, I guess, edge plus which attribute?
So you're just rerolling your failed dice.
Okay, that makes more sense. That's what I thought happened, but I wasn't entirely sure. So in that case, I'm rolling 4d6. 4d6. I got 2 more. I have a total of 3.
All right. When it goes to throw the switch again, you feel the manacles on your wrist open. Presence confirmed. System lockdown lifted.
You were checking the wrong side of the card, of course. It's a common mistake.
Notify system administrator. Nothing happens. It just seems to stand there. And you kind of watch this instruction that it issues venture out into space and look for a connection. It doesn't find one.
Well, I'm not currently being murdered. I'd go back to trying to steal the data.
Okay. The deck seems to sizzle a bit and steam. The Hollow Mercury is definitely breathing rather heavy and looks distressed, but is stopped spasming.
Well, that's positive.
And she's not dead, so there's that.
Congrats on not being dead.
It's one of her favorite activities.
That was so rad. You hear from the corner.
I look back over. This life of a Shadowrunner. I'm just trying to play it cool, like I knew what was going on.
I snort in the corner as he says that.
Okay, Hollow Mercury. You seem to have pacified this countermeasure. It seems to no longer be concerned with your icon. It seems a bit more concerned about the fact that it seems disconnected from everything.
You know, buddy, that's a big mystery to me too. Remember, she was unpacking the giant, mysterious, ominously wobbling data thing, or at least trying to shove it in her head to take it as a treat.
So you were trying to decrypt it, is what you were doing essentially.
Yeah, I don't think it'll fit in her head, so we might return to that decrypting.
Okay. So just to let you know, without a utility, it's just you hacking this thing. So you are at a significant disadvantage since
I think
you're not even using.
Pausing here, so long as she can maintain access, pausing here to go and get a utility makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, the programs
She's
that
able
seems
to
like
like
standby.
insert herself as a record and be like, "Hi, I'm totally supposed to be here. Paused. Come back to you later."
Well, since the deck is offline, there's nothing to change. There's nothing to cause any
Yeah.
changes.
Okay.
So whatever
Well,
state
then
you
let's
leave it
pop
in.
back out.
All right, you slide out of the matrix, and when you grab the data jack, it's hot.
Woo.
You hear light applause from the corner.
Well, that was interesting.
I totally thought you were gonna die.
Oh, I mean, I'm a professional. Gonna look at Saint and mouth the words. I totally thought I was gonna die.
I'm gonna mouth back, me too.
Great.
Provided
There's
you know.
oh my head. There was something on there, but I'll need some tools to get a good look at it. Something very interesting.
Okay, so question to the this is for the audio files out there. Totally off base. Since I'm looking at my audio properties here. If I hit mono on my microphone, is that going to set it so that it goes on both things, or should it? What's going to change here? Like on the input in my obs. How would I know whether or not? Go ahead.
Mono should force it. I would imagine left, usually left channel, but it depends on the type of setup.
Okay. I'm going to hit this button. We'll see what happens.
Do it.
I've hit the button. I have no idea what happened. Somebody let me know. We're doing it live. Doing it live. Okay.
That's right.
So, Hollow Mercury, yeah, scene is yours. You unplug.
Yeah. Whew. Well, wait, hang on 1 sec. I gotta sneeze. You ever just have the best timing? I am back. So that I need to go get a cryptography utility. There's something on here very, very interesting.
Wait, so hold on. Just so I'm clear. That's not yours.
Why not?
I mean, it's on my deck. That's you can't just take my data.
Did you purchase this deck?
Man, you guys are unbelievable. You steal me.
Yeah,
you steal my.
Offload the data.
Are you at least gonna?
If you want to?
Oh my goodness!
Hold on to the stick.
She like kind of stands up and stomps toward the bathroom and slams the door.
I don't know what she's whining about because Saint said that he was going to give her 5,000 union for helping us retrieve the file.
Oh, the deck is worth far more than 5,000.
Well, she needs to stop whining. She's not dead.
It's a tool. It's what she's planning to make money with. But we just need the data off of it.
Hey, if I get the data off of it, I'm happy to give the deck back.
Good.
I might prefer never to have to interact with it again.
Okay, so who has a contact we can call to get the programs you need?
I mean, I know a guy who might know a guy, but I'm not really that connected to these circles anymore.
Rusty?
I know a college student.
Okay.
Is that what you're
We
looking
need to
for?
get the program en route to the bar.
Okay.
That would be great, actually. I could use a drink.
How are you doing, by the way? Like, are you cool? Are you electrified now? Like, what's going on with you, Mercury?
I think my brain was electrocuted, which is cool of me. And otherwise, I'm okay.
Sweet. Okay, so y'all want to go en route somewhere? I've got the vehicle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I walk over to the bathroom. Hey, we're leaving.
Get no response.
I
Did you
step a
jump
little
out
bit
the
to the side
window?
and look at Cowboy. Point at the bathroom.
Yep.
I'm
What?
not going in there.
All right. I'll go try the doorknob.
It is it's shaken, not stirred. It doesn't move. You rattle it. It appears locked from the
Okay.
inside.
I'll kick it down.
All right. Give me a kick it down roll. Are you gonna go straight strength? You're gonna go unarmed? You're gonna grab something?
Sorry about your bathroom
let's-
door, Mercury.
Eh.
I'm gonna go strength. That's
Okay.
okay. All right. Maybe.
Maybe. You have to overcome the bear rating of the door. You give that door a solid kick, basically right on the doorknob. The door flies in. Kind of blows the shower curtain aloft a bit, and you see, most definitely, directly across from you, is a small window that appears open. That is yawning.
Shit.
The cool breeze from outside hits you dead in the face. And you smell the barrens.
Yeah, I'll go run over to the window and look out.
Yeah, give me a perception roll, please.
Oh.
Oh,
No.
No.
you look. It's dark. It's dark out. This drops down into a pretty narrow alley that ends in both like the forward facing street and the back street, which leads into whatever passes for a neighborhood in this area.
Yeah, how far down is it?
It's like one story. It's the second
okay.
floor.
I'll
of
jump
a
out.
bar. I mean, you're still like
Yeah.
you're over a story up, but you're on the second floor.
It's fine. I'll
Okay.
jump out.
Okay. Are you going to land? Do you have like gymnastics or acrobatics or athletics?
I have break free fall as a specialty.
There you go. All right. Yeah.
So do I see Cowboy going out the window?
Cowboy goes out the window. Yeah.
Okay,
Cowboy,
I go out the front door.
Cowboy leans
I'm,
out the window
engage-
first.
I engage the wire and I go out the front door.
Okay.
You get a 1.
It's okay. It's just one story. You don't superhero land, but you plant you're pretty sure she probably shimmied down that pipe there. When you hit the alley, there's a bit of a splash, as you know, small bits of standing water. Which way are you going? You have two choices. You can go north to the street or south to the back roads. So north takes you directly to like the front of the bar, and south would take you behind it.
She was not too bright, so I'd head towards the lights.
Okay. So you go north.
Yep, towards the bar.
Okay. Saint, you head down the one flight of stairs that goes to the front, walk up, and you bust out the front door. Ba-blam. What are the other two of you doing while the chase begins? You see Saint runs out the front door. Cowboy, you're pretty sure, jumps out the window in the bathroom after breaking the door down.
Casually stroll down to my Ford.
Not so casually stroll into the kitchen to grab like a really shitty bottle of wine, and then strolls out the front door behind Rusty.
Okay. You round the corner, Cowboy, as Saint, you emerge from the front. Both of you out there kind of look at it. You see each other immediately as you're kind of at the front of the street. You can go ahead and roll your perception as you come out, Saint, please.
Sure. Four.
Excellent. You look left, you look right, and your eyes catch movement. You see a small figure dart across the street from maybe one storefront down, like 1.5 storefronts down, not far from you at all. As the figure enters like the center of the road, and you can see like kind of one of the singular spotlights are kind of illuminating this area. It looks like the reason she moved is probably because she saw you see her, and she ran. And there's like a moment of quiet, like the calm before a storm, and then you hear a sound like thunder, but there is no lightning. And there's a lapse in time that you key in on, just because of the amount of time that you have to view something as it occurs is a bit dilated. Your eyes are reacting quickly. Your brain is reacting quickly. Something hits her, and she doesn't seem to notice right away. She doesn't seem to respond right away. And then gravity takes over as you watch her body get lifted into the air as she is blown off her feet and thrown back against the parking meters on the side of the street that she ran from. You watch a column of human matter fly out of her body, as something just takes her directly off her feet and launches her across the street, the direction she came. She lands hard in a hump, like in just a lump of person, unmoving.
Mm-hmm.
And then the rest of you kind of watch it happen in real time. Cowboy, you hear a shot. You're pretty sure that was a long range rifle, or a tank. It was loud. You're not, and based on wherever she got shot, you're pretty sure it came from somewhere that way. And you look into the darkness. What are you two doing since you're on the street before the other two come down? I'm just kind of curious what your strategy is.
I'd like to cover the distance between myself and her and use it as a method of getting out of LOS.
Okay. So I need you to make me a stealth roll or a gymnastics roll, whichever you want to use to be.
I'd like to use running.
Sure, you can run. Yeah. Cowboy, what is your plan?
1 success.
My plan is to laugh. No, it's not gonna laugh. Not gonna laugh. I would like to use some perception to be able to see if I can see what I can see.
Sure.
Like where the shot came from.
So do you have? So it is night. Do you have any vision enhancement or magnification or any devices that would give you enhanced vision?
I actually thought I did. Maybe I don't.
You can still make the perception roll. I'm just trying to account for the problems like distance, time of day, illumination, all that other stuff. So the naked eye, but you're pretty. I mean, you're pretty sharp. So I say give it a roll.
Yeah, well, I'll give it a roll. But I'm pretty sure I had a. Sorry, I'm just opening Chummer.
No, you're fine. I like make sure that you have the things.
Sorry, it's being pokey. I do have low light vision. It's just not on my.
Yeah, that'll offset some of the penalty for sure. It's
not on my.
It's not pitch black.
It's not Yeah. So I will just roll perception.
Yep.
That works.
Yeah,
Yep.
low light will just offset the penalty.
I've got a 1.
So you can tell direction. A shot came from pretty far away. Like, the disconnect between hearing it and seeing it was definite. But there's a lot of, so there's not that many tall buildings out there. The problem is there's also not a lot of cover. So at most, this person is probably like 2 to 3 blocks northeast of your position. But there's no they could be anywhere in that arc.
Well, and if it was they were using a long rifle, they're probably long gone by now. So I will run over to where Saint and our fallen prisoner, or whatever she was.
The other thought occurs to you, or they're not going.
That's true. It's calculated risk to go running that way, though, because then I'm in. So, yeah, I can go that way and check to see.
All right. So you two run to Lucy. The door once again open. The door to the walk up once again opens as Rusty and Hollow Mercury come out of the building. You see your teammates running down the street, running up the street rather, toward a street light that seems to be illuminating a pretty grisly scene. You see a smear that starts from the center of the road to the curb that probably was Lucy, based on the leggings. You all get to her. Cause of death's pretty obvious. There's a giant hole in her torso.
Okay.
Did we hear the shot? Those of us coming out of the apartment?
You thought you heard like a pop, but it seemed pretty distant. And it's not uncommon to hear gunfire in the Barrens.
So can I ask a technical question?
Sure.
Can I assume then that it is D plus overflow?
D plus well past overflow.
Okay.
Okay. There's a crater. She's not really breathing or.
I'm just asking if there's any space and time for a trauma patch. If not, then it is what it is.
No, yeah, her heart is missing.
Yeah, that's rough. You're gonna need that. Well, in most cases. Okay. Then, if I know upon arrival that she's
dead,
she's been ground up by the same sort of Seattle streets as many others has, then my plan will be to continue to take cover. Okay. I'll prioritize that. And then if Cowboy is coming near me to see what's going on, I'm motioning her to get her back up against a wall. And I'll also make a subvocal call to Mercury to tell her to take cover and get down. There's a shooter in the street that could be aiming for that deck.
There is an eternal amount of pause and kind of bated breath that happens in the moments that follow. About 6 seconds pass, and there's no second shot. Nine seconds pass.
I turn my select sound filter on. I'm specifically trying to cut out like all the BS background noise for footsteps or for someone walking on a roof, that sort of thing.
As you're starting to filter out sounds, one thing you do pick up is there's a group coming out of the bar right now. And just as soon as you hear it, you hear the jingle of the front door of the bar open as a couple of what look like local toughs just kind of roll outside. They just walk out into the street. They don't seem to have noticed you yet.
Okay. I look at Cowboy and say, we should pat her down before we leave.
It's all you, mate.
Okay. I do so.
Everything she was carrying was in that bag.
Okay. We got to make sure we have the bag. I mean, I'm not here. I'm not here to carry her body away. The Barons has laid claim to another victim. We need to get into Rusty's car and we need to leave now.
Yeah, I'll just turn around and head towards Rusty's car.
All right. Over the next couple of seconds, I'm guessing you all are piling into the Amira car. Where are you going? As attention starts to be drawn to the spotlight in question, you see a couple people in the front of the bar as you're pulling away. They're pointing down the street, and a couple of them point upstairs. What is your destination?
Rusty,
And
where's this college kid live?
I also need to ask for quick clarification, because I know that now that we've left the apartment, there were some things that were in there. I need to know who has them and if they're had. So there's
Mercury's going to grab basically everything before she walks outside.
Okay. So you have all of Lucy's belongings.
And lock up and stuff, like it's her apartment.
Okay. So you're carrying the deck as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure I know where's the MacGuffin.
Mm-hmm.
It's in your pocket.
Right.
So you said people were pointing upstairs too, like they're pointing attention in that direction as we're leaving.
They were gesturing, so it looks like they were either pointing at the people that maybe they were mentioning the people that came outside, maybe they were mentioning who went upstairs, maybe they were mentioning her. You're not really sure. They just kind of are gesturing down the street, and then there's people that are approaching the body. We'll say cautiously.
Make going to the bar awkward.
It'll blow over.
I mean, those people saved my life, so.
Are we in the car?
Okay.
Yes, you all are moving through the Barrens. In relative silence, there is it is unquestionable what has happened. That's not an accident.
I do turn around and look at Hollow Mercury in the back seat, and at one point during this very quiet ride, and say, I owe you a new bathroom door.
Oh, it's fine. I found that one in a dumpster after the last one fell off the hinges. That's why it didn't quite fit.
You find yourself kind of fidgeting with Lucy's things. Hollow Mercury, and you end up pulling out a matchbook out of her bag. And on the front, you see there's a hooded skeleton with a scythe. And there's words that go in a circle around it that say Grim Reaper's Club.
Oh, yeah, hey. Huh. I mean, I think she told us that's where her contact was, right?
The buyer, yes.
Yeah, the buyer was there.
Yeah, we'll pass that up front. I guess we could take a look here.
It's got an address.
Get to know her
and an RTG
buyer.
on it.
And maybe
I'll
I could
plug the
purchase
address
a utility there.
Maybe. If it's a deck or bar, then maybe.
So
Not that
you
I've got
all,
much money to do so, but
you all head toward the Grim Reaper Club. It's not far from your location, a few kilometers west, outside of the Barrens proper, though in the same relative area. The Grim Reaper Club, it appears more as a pub than anything else from the exterior. It's a simple one-story storefront on a street corner, huddled at the intersection of what you're able to kind of piece together as multiple gang turfs. And you don't see a bouncer, you don't see anybody manning the door. It's a simple, opaque, wooden double door, giant brass handles, and an ornate carved Grim Reaper in the door surface. Street parking, if you could call it that, is all that's available.
Okay. So what's the play?
and we park at the street. But like, like 2 doors down. After that,
I mean, I'm trying to find my friend. She's gone missing. Starts playing with her hair.
ooh,
It's a good angle.
yeah.
What kind of program are you looking for to work on this thing with?
It's heavily encrypted, whatever it is.
Okay. Maybe we can.
I don't
Find
really have the
somebody in
kind
the
of
bar.
setup that I used to have, so
You have a fresh deck now.
I suppose I do. It's real angry with me though. You should see. Okay, you probably shouldn't see, but you should see the ice on this. An executioner. Ugh.
Executioner.
A whole vibe, electric chair, interrogation, and everything.
That sounds compelling.
I mean, right, not a bad Saturday night, but what day is it today?
Tuesday.
Yeah, it's a Tuesday.
It's a Tuesday.
Typical Tuesday.
Oh, I think you might be muted, Cowboy.
I'm just mouthing.
Nice.
Copy of valid.
I'm sorry. It's a Tuesday.
Awesome.
Okay. Well,
Can't believe it.
I'll hop out of the Americar.
For those of you playing at home, the decrypt utility in question you will find in the 2050 book on page 158.
Ooh, I'm playing at home.
Page 158. How many dollar monies does it cost?
Depends on the rating of the program.
Always does. So, who's going in? Is everybody going in?
I hope so.
I'm
Yeah.
going for a drink.
Okay.
I still have my bottle of wine. I shouldn't bring that in with me. But maybe pre-drinking a little bit's a good idea. Definitely gonna take some time to like clean herself up to look like she wasn't just electrocuted and that she's probably some kind of a slightly here over her head business lady.
You can go ahead and make an etiquette roll if you want.
Sure.
I'll give you. You have the first impression specialty, right?
I do, yeah.
Yeah. So go ahead.
So then I guess I'll roll 2 additional d6 then, right?
Holy mother.
Oh, that's 6. Holy shit.
You turn your jacket inside out. You get a read on this place from the outside. You're a little too bright for this place. You go heavy on the makeup, on the smoky eye, the giant black lines. You dirty up a bit, but you manage to pull it off really, really well.
Mercury has an entire kit for this in her handbag.
There you go. You grab your leather bracelets, your brass knuckles, and you just hang them off your belt. The place seems rather quiet as you kind of bust in, because there's really only one way to open these doors. There's no gentle opening.
Yeah.
You just bust into this place, and it seems rather quiet given the time of night. There's about a half a dozen patrons seated at tables or in booths alone, or there's a couple of people that are paired off. You see a couple watching table trids. Others are staring into whatever brew the mountain of bartender has provided them with. Behind the bar, you see a troll wearing a formal white, like tuxedo shirt, black bow tie. He's the cleanest thing in this bar. He eyes you as you come in, smooths his dress shirt and snaps at his tie. Leers at you over the bar and kind of puts an elbow on it as you come in. So, biz, whiz, points at the bathroom, or dinner. Just
So like business, I guess.
drinks are half off. He points to like a handwritten chalk sign that just says half off drinks. You don't see a price anywhere.
Oh my god, that is so sweet. Everyone, it's half off drinks.
You hear from some random guy.
Well, I'm just trying to find my friend. And we're here to party. Is this a good place to party?
He looks around. Not a lot of friends here.
I know. So one of those friends is always like a step ahead of me.
Not a lot of
It's the
parties either.
worst.
He fills a container. You see that these containers are kind of on the table in front of everybody. It's like a silver chalice that he fills with like a foamy red brew. It's like a deep amber. You smell it when he pours it, it hits you. He puts it on the bar.
I mean, she'll take a swig dramatically and look over her glass at these three sort of with like an expecting expression.
Roll body plus roll power, please.
Sure. Plus willpower.
You see a bunch of people look as Hollow Mercury downs this drink in kind of very
got one.
Deep curiosity, and some are like, uh-oh. You got one.
I got all of one.
Okay. You hold it, you choke it down. You have to, when you get it into your mouth, there's that moment where like, I could totally just let this go right here. But you have a knack for first impressions. You get it down, you choke it down, the whole thing. And even occurs to you, you look at the bar and you can see that there are what look like slots for these glasses, these little chalices, and you just kind of slap it in there. He smiles at you.
He'll let out a little woo.
Take 3 stun. You're gonna hold on to that for a little while.
Sounds good.
This might be a perfect time to mention that we have an ad coming in.
We do have an ad coming in. So what I'm actually going to do is leave you there with a very pliable bartender whose name you haven't learned yet.
Not even a little.
Who may perhaps be the friend you were looking for.
We'll find out.
Everybody else, we're going to take a few minute break. So stretch your legs, get some hydration, and we'll see you after the ad.
Unless, of course, they're subscribed to the channel.
Unless you're subscribed to the channel, in which case, feel free to continue watching the art cards.
Right, yeah. Absolutely.
We'll be back in a moment. Ooh, the dice are still on screen.
They are.
All right, welcome back to the Old Ways Twitch live play. Drake.Revenge. Hope you enjoyed the break. I know I did. We are, and yes, both of my little bars are moving. I don't know.
Okay. I'm just trying to figure out why. And they're moving evenly?
Yes. Yes, they are in sync.
The directional audio is
like
very
Timberlake.
confusing then.
Your
Is that currently with mono set though?
Well, yeah, with mono, yes. Should I change it back to?
So if you unset mono, what's it do?
Let's find out. That's why it says advanced audio. So, it does. Oh, it only moves my left one. You all are so smart.
Yes.
Okay, that's really weird though.
So how do I fix that though?
I mean, I guess for the moment, doing mono probably makes sense. Are we more on one side than the other for
No.
like application audio capture, or are we all vaguely even tuned?
Desktop audio is both bars are moving.
Okay, awesome. And then for you, I would just set it to mono for now, and then we'll have to look at it later.
Okay. Doing it live.
Well, I mean that's how stream goes, really. Like the stuff is to be expected. Something will always break. You're your own entire production team, and it's not like you've got rehearsal that you're doing. So
scuffed. No.
Yeah, we're not running the entire game before stream to make sure we got it right, and then we're doing it again live.
Yes.
Could be fun to try that one day, though.
All right. So once again, we find you at the Grim Reapers Club. More of a pub than a club, really. There's no raving going on. An extremely brave Hollow Mercury has downed a beverage that, based on the material on the walls, is dubbed the Corpse Maker. And yet you live. For now. With a bit of a headache.
Woo! I mean, I was just electrocuted. This is nothing.
The bartender, again, is leaning into the bar. So, what kind of friends you looking for?
Oh, like a friend I already have, but like I'm open to making new friends too, you know. But like I'm trying to find my friend Lucy from work. She's like really pretty, kind of dumb. She was here meeting her boyfriend, and I'm like worried he like did something sketchy. So I want to like find her, or at least like find him, you know.
Oh, so you want facts?
Yeah. I'm like looking for information and stuff.
I need figures. This place don't run on generosity. He kind of taps the bar with his thick fingers.
I do have a nice figure. Thank you for noticing. It's gonna look pointedly at these three like, ah.
He raises an eyebrow. Seems to appreciate you for a moment. Nonetheless, the bar don't run on that either.
Oh, right. Well, like, friends.
While the rest of you are witnessing this, I'm going to ask one of you to give me a perception roll, and this will just be of your making of the room. So I will let you decide amongst yourselves who's watching the room the most. Who's the most paranoid person right now?
That's a good question.
I don't have perception, so.
Doesn't mean you're not the most paranoid. It just means you don't have skill for it.
Again, there are about 6 other patrons that are in here. 3 of which are sitting alone. 4 of which are sitting alone, and 2 of which are sitting as a pair.
Is there music in the bar right now?
No.
Oh wow!
You all are the loudest thing happening right now. Like, this conversation is audible, not like to the far walls, but it's the only conversation happening.
That is a little bit Mercury's hope is that it will flush people out, but she didn't inform any of you at all of this plan. So
no, she took a big drink and just started talking. That's sort of just you know it is what it is. I'm probably going to be eyeing corners and
perception for
expecting us to be jumped at some point.
Everybody's nerves are a little on edge considering what you just witnessed.
3 successes.
Excellent. You're walking around the room and you notice when somewhere between when Hollow Mercury says something about Lucy Allen and her boyfriend, you see somebody like reach over and shut off the Tridio that they're watching on the television, and they just seem to kind of casually grab a couple things off of their table and like stuff it in their pockets and slide out of their booth. You see, it looks to be a human man. He's got a long coat on, big hat.
Big human, huh?
Big human, relatively large. Looks somewhere maybe 6'3", 6'5". He drops some nuyen on the table, script form, shoves his hand in his pockets, and starts heading toward the door. Meanwhile, at the bar.
So just remind me, trying to remember from 2 weeks ago, we were looking for an orc, weren't we?
An orc Decker.
An orc Decker, yeah.
Whose name you don't know yet.
No,
That guy got any plugs that's walking by me?
It's hard to tell. Coat covers quite a bit. It's dark in here.
Is it dark enough for a reasonably corporate orc to pass for a human?
No.
Okay.
No, this guy's obviously human, obviously American. By the
Orcs
duster.
can be American too.
Sure. I mean, yes. Not like, I would say aesthetically, like his makeup is a little bit more Southwestern Americana. What is that roll?
I'm just clicking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Welcome to the dice. Welcome to
Well,
Yahtzee.
9 successes.
Like, what do you do?
And the guy
I think
goes down.
all of our hearts just stopped.
What's that roll? Firearm.
That's the roll.
It was actually.
That's so terrifying. This poor bartender.
I'll
All right.
I'll step over to the bar and sort of lean a little bit closer to Mercury than probably normally would, and deposit something in a coat pocket for her to potentially utilize.
Okay. Is it money?
No, you're so sweet.
It's script, yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say, is it a gun?
No.
I give
Not
her,
the way I roll.
I give her a Colt Manhunter. Let's do it.
Yes.
All right. So you get past some money.
Okay.
How much money?
Well, like,
Probably 300 yen.
okay. She's gonna like peer into her coat pocket. Okay.
It's all
Well, like,
20s.
you gotta have real good information then, because like he's supposed to be this really cute orc. She's been telling me about him all this time. He's like a big computer guy. He's got the brains and he's got the looks. And I just, I hope that she's okay and that he hasn't like done anything weird. And like, I just really want to find either her or like him.
He seems genuinely
Just
interested
do
in your
little puppy
story.
dog eyes and be like, can you like, I don't know, pay what I can, but like, can you do me a favor? Blink, blink.
He seems genuinely interested in your story. As you're talking, he seems like he tries to distance himself from what you're talking about. He becomes more and more invested. Boyfriend. Yeah, we get a lot of that in here. Not a bad boys out there being bad to nice girls.
Lots of bad boys in here.
Roll negotiation for me. And are you adding any money to this, or are you just using your wit?
She'll add a little bit of money to it, but like not the whole amount.
How
like
much are you
50.
putting on the bar? Okay. So you may add 1 die to
Sounds
your
good.
negotiation
Sounds
roll.
good.
With your 15 new yen.
There is negotiation. Am I still adding the +2 for first impressions at this point?
Yes.
Sweet. Okay, so then I'm gonna roll another on top of this. So roll 3d6. So that's 4, and then just the 4, no more.
He takes the 50. He points at you, Rusty.
Yeah. I saunter up the bar.
You got ID? Nah, I'm just kidding with you. He gives you a chalice of the same fluid. Drinks are half off.
Woo! I'm just gonna nurture it. I'm not gonna drink it quite yet.
So, you're saying this orc got mixed up with this Lucy? And
Like, totally.
so, why are you here?
Because, like, I'm worried about her. You know, she seemed really skittish and scared. And, like, I don't know if it was because he was getting a little bit too handsy or because, like, maybe something else happened, but I can't find her. And she didn't go to work today. So, like, I'm really worried about her.
Again, his features,
And also, it's my day off. So I'm, like, hoping I can also get really drunk.
his features are super soft as you continue talking, and then he turns suddenly away from you. And like, you see a look of blind rage kind of cross over his face as he slams his fist on the bar, and he once again looks at Rusty. Drink it!
I'm sorry, what was that?
He looks across the bar again. You're supposed to drink it.
Oh yeah, I'm getting there, sir. This is such
You want a straw?
No, thank you.
It's precious.
Points to the cowboy. What about you?
Hit me. Not literally. What's one of the
Points
drinks?
at his fist.
No.
That's extra. He pours a chalice, sets it on the bar.
While he's busy with Cowboy, I'm gonna switch my drink with Mercury's.
Oh, okay, the
But I
empty
have
one.
her empty glass.
You have to pull it out of the slot that's in the bar.
That's fine.
Okay.
Hey!
You
You
can
just
have
hand
it.
Mercury a glass.
Yes.
Can you handle it?
No, I never really said she's a pretty girl.
How pretty is Lucy? Was I suppose?
If you had to rate it, above average. More you would say niche, not conventionally attractive in the conventional way, not like fancy. But yeah, I guess relatively hot.
She was like pretty, but like it was her personality that like really shines through, right? Like,
Did she have hair?
yeah.
What color was it?
Jill will describe Lucy.
Okay. He kind of plays with the 50 in his fingers. Yeah, maybe I saw her in here.
Do you know if like maybe she's okay or like who she was talking to?
She was talking to Hammy. Ham Fist. I refuse to call him that. It's ridiculous. You're a grown man.
That sounds familiar.
Well,
Is Hammy like a really cute orc?
I mean, he's not my type. Are you drinking the drink as well, Cowboy?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll slam it like a shot.
Yeah, body plus willpower, please. Have a course maker.
So I just roll the body and then I hit
What?
willpower?
Yeah.
Oh. It gave me 2.
Yep. Did you roll willpower?
Do
Excellent. You slam it. You take one temporary stun, and what you're finding is after you drink it, you feel like a badass. And you realize
even
that
more so.
that the name course maker, you think initially you're like, oh, it's because the drink that kills you. No, it's because you feel like you could make bodies right now. You feel like you could reap.
I take out my pistols from my, and I go, pow, pow, pow.
Amazing.
Start doing little tricks with them.
But yeah, she was in here meeting with Hammy. I don't know. they sat in that booth over there talking about some nonsense. He's not here. I haven't
Did
actually
it seem
seen.
like everything was okay between them?
Oh, I don't know. Seemed like it looked like a transaction to me. A girl was scared out of her mind.
Oh,
So
that's not like a good sign. Do you know where I can find Tammy? Tammy kittens, I think.
he kind of balls up the 50 in his hands, and you see him like kind of open them, and they're empty.
Smooth.
We'll happily slip him another 100.
Whoa.
Hammy puts
Oh
his head down in the car yards. About two
Thank you
clicks.
so much, regular size mom.
About 2 clicks that way.
So, what's the name of the place?
The car yards. It's the yards,
yards.
where the cars are.
I was mostly asking you, like, so I can put it in my notes.
Yeah, it's pretty well isolated. There's only one way in. 2 ways out, though. One of which is as a meat patty.
I was going to say here, it's like always important to have an exit, but, you know, not the type I would prefer.
Yeah, the place is run by some guy who calls himself the king. Runs the place like a tyrant. You could say he has a bit of a cult following. They make their own rules there, so you want Hamfist and your life. You tread carefully in the king's domain. You understand?
It sounds like really dramatic.
He folds up the 100, puts it in his pocket.
You're like really sweet.
I know.
She's going to drink the beer that Rusty gave her.
Are you going to take your time with it, or are you going to down it?
Nah, she's been electrocuted in the brain and she's pretty out of her goddamn mind at this point. I think she's about ready to pass out.
All right, good. What are the... so you hear the chime as the conversation kind of is concluding of the gentleman walking out the door. He seems to make you looking at him, Saint, when you leave. Like your eyes lock for a second. He steps out.
I'm gonna memorize his face.
When you get a good look at him, you can tell he's been through some shit. He's had a lot of work done, cosmetic especially. It looks like whatever it was, no small amount of rehab and surgery was done to reconstruct whatever ruined this guy's existence. Like he looks stitched together.
Probably fits in around here.
So you all hungry?
Yes. Can I plop myself down at the bar?
Yeah, he provides you. He only sells one thing here. It's a soy patty burger. Heated. You don't see a grill or anything. When he pulls it out and plates it, it's a burger. It's got bread on it. There's like a row of condiments on the bar.
Okay. Throw like some mustard on there.
Okay. You will eat. I mean, it's passable food. It's not particularly delicious. It is not even necessarily filling, but you eat some food.
Would also love some food.
Yeah, it definitely feels better down there. A couple other people come into the bar as you all are wrapping up your meal. You see an elf come in. Looks to be kind of dressed in street garb. Very, very obviously sporting colors, green and black. It's got kind of a shock blonde mohawk and obvious cyberwear. He kind of he steps in, seems to kind of take stock of the place. takes a couple steps forward, and then whoever was with him also walks in. And you see a corp, like a straight up, like 3-piece suit executive come in, wearing sunglasses and a nondescript tie. He kind of loosens his collar a little bit, and you see them go over to a booth.
I'm watching Rusty shrink at the bar.
If I don't see them, they don't see me, right?
Doing that thing where you pull out your, like, you know, your little makeup mirror with the palette on it to look at them behind her.
They are having a hushed conversation.
Oh, somebody's sporting colors. They want to know who those colors belong to.
Sure. Do you have any knowledge of the area or gangs, perhaps?
Well, I have Seattle street gangs.
Hey,
that's 2 successes.
Same.
He is sporting Ancient's colors, obviously. The giant black A on his jacket that you finally see under the light ends up being a dead giveaway, but he wasn't making it easy to see before. You catch him as he's turning, and the Ancients, he is repping them well. You can tell that much. The relatively nondescript corpo who's in front of him doesn't really seem too nervous. Definitely looks out of place in here, but no one is paying them any attention, including the bartender.
Yeah, because he probably doesn't want to.
Which I'll wrap up your food. The bartender cleans your plates off. Y'all should come back in here sometime. Name's Butler.
That's a pretty name.
I know. I like it too.
No, I'm Rusty.
Y'all be careful out there.
God. You too, Butler. Nice to meet you. Mike.
How much do we owe you for the grub?
As far as I can tell, you already covered it. We do accept tips. He points at the tip jar. And by we, I mean me.
Obviously. I too accept tips. And I put a 20 in his tip jar.
I'll give you a tip. If the king gives you an ultimatum, there's no way out.
Go see the king.
All right. So you all are gathering your wits about you. You don't swoon too much after you stand up from the bar. Your stun damage has gone away as it's being rapidly absorbed by what passes for meat in the Barrens. Your stomachs are all kind of making noises for those of you that ate as you leave.
That just means you're alive.
As you exit the Grim Reaper Club. The elf in the booth does seem to eye you all as you walk by. He seems to kind of size each one of you up, but he doesn't interrupt his conversation that he's having, and doesn't really seem to pay you any heed. But he doesn't make it a secret that he's looking at you. The other person ignores you entirely. They don't even glance in your direction from behind their glasses. Not that you would know. That's why they wear sunglasses indoors. All right, so you walk outside. You walk out into the night, and there's a palpable tension. As the last time you all walked out of any place resembling a bar, someone took a bullet, a giant bullet. And this Americar doesn't seem that hard to track down. But no shot rings out.
Hey.
Well, like, here's your money back. It's gonna be insane. Back the change.
Keep it. You might need it for the next negotiation.
Oh, I don't know if I can do 2 of these in one day. My brain was just electrocuted.
Yeah, that's what the beer's for.
You're right. I still have that wine.
So we're once again piling into the Americar.
We are.
You guys need a nap or anything? I'm sure.
No.
Okay. No. Okay. Okay. Straight. Let's go. Okay. Car yards it is.
You want to get paid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, don't we have to be alive for that? And sleep helps us stay erect. Okay. Okay. I'm
Are we doing phrasing?
This show should probably have no need for phrasing.
No phrasing. No, phrasing just happens. But as you all are leaving the bar, the last person into the car, likely Saint, you see something next to the bar as you're kind of about to step into the car. And you look and you see the silhouette of a hat. And a face comes into view from the shadows. You see the spark of a lighter as this fellow looks at you.
Mm.
He puts his cigarette in his mouth with one hand and seems to beckon you over.
I'll sort of slow my movement getting in the car and just say into the car verbally, I'm going to check this out. Cover me. Shut the car door and walk on over.
What does that mean? What does that mean? Cover him. What does that mean?
No,
Wow.
oh my god, chill out.
Okay.
I'll cover him. You just sit there and act natural.
It's more for Cowboy.
He takes a deep drag on his cigarette, kind of blows it out the side of his mouth as you walk up. Couldn't help but overhear that you all were looking for Lucy Allen.
What about it?
I don't suppose you've seen her.
If we were looking for, if we were looking for her, would you have seen her?
She's supposed to meet me here.
Look, I'm gonna dial back in my memory to Lucy's conversation.
Mm-hmm.
She had said she was planning on meeting somebody to offload this stuff.
Yes. She said she already sent the file. It was this other thing that she needed to meet somebody about. Yeah.
But she didn't tell us what the other thing was, right?
She doesn't seem to know. All she mentioned, what she mentioned, you reflect on the conversation. And what she said to you was really bizarre. She said that someone came to her in a dream, which sounds weird, and told her that there was a chance for her to share the proof of some sort of wrongdoing.
Right. So you're looking forward to?
Well, there's no point in both of us looking for her. I suppose it depends on what you want her for. What do you know about Lucy Allen? I can tell you what I know.
Who's asking?
I can tell you what I know about Lucy Allen. Lucy Allen's a scared civ with no idea what she's getting her shit into. Who needed a hand out. She got caught up in some dreck that she didn't need to. So I see a crew coming around asking. I can only assume one of two things. Either you're on the wrong side of this, or you're in over your head too.
I'm not sure what this is. Maybe you should quantify that for me.
Not here. Not now. He offers you a device. It looks like a pocket secretary. It looks slick. Like narrow build, super light.
Okay. Is it nicer than my Erica Elite?
No. It's just, it looks like a burner.
Okay. I reach out and take it.
It's 10,000 unit isolated to count on that device. All I want to know is if she's okay when you find her.
Okay.
He throws a cigarette on the ground, stomps it out. Your friend's pretty sharp.
Which one?
The one who got fried today. Smoke signals are just pretty obvious around that jack of hers. If you got a good doc, and by the look of you might want to get her looked at.
Yeah, I know a guy.
Lowers his hat and walks away.
Yeah, I might give him space to walk. I'm not trying to crowd him.
Yeah.
I'll wait until he gets 5-10 steps and then head back to the Americar.
Okay.
And get in and shut the door. Okay, Rusty, let's go.
That seems dramatic.
Yeah. I especially liked the fedora part. You know, the 20s detective thing.
So you all head north.
Once we're away and safely beyond the block of the Reaper,
Sure.
I'll say to the crew, he's offering money for Lucy's whereabouts. And if she's safe. He was able to spot your jack burn there a little bit, Mercury.
I should have put a bandage on it. But that feels just as obvious, right?
Yeah, definitely. I know a doc if we need to stop and see one. Anybody else shook up?
As long as we don't get, into a scrap.
No.
At the car yards? Never.
Of course, it
Hey.
seems so nice.
Hang on a second. I plugged my earbud into my Erica Elite and I call Dr. Chuck.
Okay.
I think I just need a couple good nights rest and maybe tech support.
I think you need Dr. Chuck. I chuckle.
You get you hear the line pick up. And it sounds like there's a struggle happening.
Chuck?
You hear a scuff. Hold on a sec. Hold still. You hear like the metallic grinding of a saw on metal. You know what I mean? Like a high pitched
take a left here. Take a left.
Almost got it. Almost got it. That's my arm. And you hear the sound of something give. And you hear kind of an exasperated, oh, yeah. Now it's my arm. You got Chuck.
Chuck, it's Saint.
Oh, hey, buddy, how you doing? How the ware's working? I told you, if you get it a little hyperstimmed, just take a little melatonin, rub it inside your eyeballs.
Yeah. No, it's good advice. I have a friend that's got a little jack burn I'd like you to look at.
Oh. I haven't had any head work in a while. What are we talking? Are we talking intracranial? Are we talking extracranial? Are we talking multiple data jacks? Are we talking
Extracranial, single data jack, and it's seen a little abuse today.
Yeah, bring him in.
Oh, where?
Bring her in. Bring them both in. I don't care.
Oh no.
All right, we'll be by shortly.
Just thinking to herself, she's like, I know a doctor. Sure, she's probably out of her mind on dream chips right now, but it feels more trustworthy than whatever this is.
When you get here, circle the block for about 5 minutes. I'll let you know when to come in.
Sure. I end the call and take the earbud out.
Okay.
Chuck's a good guy. He's a proper street doc. He won't say anything. He'll fix you up. We'll have to probably circumnavigate the blood on the floor, but he's clean otherwise.
Can't tell if it's better or worse than the doctor that I know. Maybe better.
Chuck doesn't ask questions.
You head toward Chuck's clinic.
She never stops.
Chuck's got a very nice place in the pile up. It's a highly secure building, and by highly secure, it's because you have to go through 3 doors to get to the interior. And you don't know if there's explosives outside, but he's always hinted that there are. You circle the block for a couple minutes before your phone rings. And it's just the indicator's a text message. And it says, okie dokie.
All right, we can park now. After we park, I'll, everybody's welcome to come in. Just, watch what you touch.
Maybe.
You see,
do we need to wear gloves?
You see Saint go into his bag and pull out black gloves that cover his hands.
Oh, no.
I'll get the door.
All right, you walk into the lobby of Chuck's office. The first lobby, basically. So you walk in and it looks like somebody manufactured like a shitty medical clinic, but it's obviously a shitty medical clinic that is obviously manufactured, right? It's kind of like a set dress, like a diorama. You know where you're supposed to go. So at this point, you go backstage.
Mm-hmm.
You don't walk off the established path. You walk near the second vestibule, and that's where the first actual lobby is, with the coffee machine that makes shots of espresso.
That's right. And begin making shots of espresso.
Yeah. And then after you're making your third one, when you hear the back door open, and a fella comes out wearing a tarp. Tarp and kind of a welding mask.
Chuck.
He flips the welding mask open. Morning or evening or whatever time it was. I just came out of surgery. 13 and a half hours. Amputation.
Espresso?
Please. So who's the... Oh, that looks like it stings.
It did.
You should tell me.
Probably still does.
All about it. I mean, like, really. Like, you should tell me all about it.
No?
Oh, okay. We're not there yet. It's okay. Come inside, please. You all are welcome to... There's plenty of room in the viewing area if you want to.
I head in.
Okay. Yeah, Chuck has a viewing theater in his clinic. It seats four. There's some what looks like ballistic glass in front of you, and it looks in on a table, like a surgery table with all sorts of gadgets and things hanging from the ceiling. He takes off
magazines.
He takes off the tarp. Yes, there are actually, but not the kind of magazines you would expect. Chuck has varied tastes. So the magazine
garden.
Oh, it's more like there's some on steak prep, and there's like lots of there's hunting magazines. There's like mechanics magazines. Nothing like, we'll say, wholesome. There.
Okay.
Yeah. To clarify, I would still be outside the clinic, just watching.
Okay, so you're staying outside then.
Mm-hmm.
Are you staying with the car, or are you staying near the door?
Oh, actually, probably with the car. In the car, pretending to nap.
Okay, napping in the car. Good
pretending
to know.
To nap. We're not gonna really nap.
Good to know.
That would defeat the purpose of watching.
Hollow Mercury, Dr. Chuck, if you allow him to, leads you into the clinic.
You know what? She was really nervous about this, but now she kind of wants to like hook this guy up with her doctor because she thinks they get along. So she's here for it. She wants him to tell her all about himself, how he got into medicine.
Oh, that's actually a really funny story. He kind of double, triple, quadruple pats the seat. Go on, have a seat.
To plop herself down.
So, any other headwear I should be aware of other than data jack? Any Cortex bombs? Do I need to have a waiver signed? Do I need my explosive gear? Do I need my bomb kit?
As far as I am aware, there is not a bomb in my head currently.
He reaches onto a shelf and grabs. You hear like sometimes a small drone. It seems to scream when he grabs it. Shut up. He brings it over to you.
Nothing weird in my head. Compartment in my chest, but that's fine.
He waves the drone over your head as it kind of squeals and squelches. He looks at a data pad. Yeah, no signs of explosives, so unless it's, I don't know, maybe it's a nuke. He gets out a Geiger counter. No, all right, you're probably cool. So what did this? He kind of pokes you in the data jack. It hurts.
Ooh, just...
Oh, that's
got
tender.
a little too curious.
So we're going to have to replace this jack. I would if we want to use this again. Repair would probably be not really worth it. It's an outpatient procedure.
Yeah, but how much is a replacement?
Oh, he didn't tell you. You didn't tell her. He didn't tell you. I work for those that work. You are a professional, are you not?
Sure.
You were brought
Yes.
you were brought to my door, to Chuck's door. And Chuck looks out for Chuck's. You can walk out of here and go pay some shopping mall, body mall head butcher to go to work on that thing. And maybe it'll pan out. But what's going to happen when you take a second shot? Chuck knows that you live a life of danger.
It's true.
So here's the deal. I replace this thing for you. At some point, I will definitely need things done. And as your referral, he kind of points in the theater. You look at the one-way mirror. You don't see anything. He just points at a mirror.
A wave. It's for Rusty's effect.
I'll tell you that Chuck comes through. Your choice.
I mean, it sounds good to me.
What's your name?
Mercury. Hey, it's gonna be an odd question. Like, and I promise this isn't for me. That'd be more odd. Are you like single?
We're not there yet.
I didn't mean between us.
He
You
takes
just
a
remind me a
mask
lot of
and just kind
someone.
of puts it over your face.
No.
And you feel like the...
Can they hear everything that Mercury is saying? The little observation.
Oh,
room?
yes, they hear
It's not like
everything.
she's quiet. Yeah.
We gotta talk her. Gotta talk her. It's okay. We got plenty of talkers here.
Aw.
He lets you just pass out. He keeps the mask on you, by the way. Like after you're asleep, you're still just huffing. He turns around, walks away for a second, comes back with a sandwich and a small bag, like a small, what looks like a Ziploc bag that he rips open with his teeth. And as he eats a sandwich with one hand, he kind of takes the mask off of Hollow Mercury, and you see him with one hand begin to extract the data jack.
Glad to be unconscious for this. Ooh, cripes.
When he slices in, it's almost like watching a conductor perform like an orchestra. He's almost like fancy about the amount of blood spatter that he causes with this minimal procedure. It looks like there's butchery happening in that room, but you also don't see like any severe injury. It's showy. When he extracts the data jack, he flicks it at the observation window and it bounces off.
Oh, poor Rusty.
Is there a mic here on the viewing side?
There's a little PA. Yeah.
I click the intercom. Say, Chuck, do you have anything that's maybe a little more hardened?
Oh yeah, if she's gonna be taking feedback like this, you're gonna need something. Downside is when it comes to the blackest of ice, hardening will save you from gray. There's nothing to do besides, I would just say don't tangle. But,
whatever you can do. We're going up against some tough stuff now.
Well, I'm guessing you're in the middle of something, so I can't keep you here for weeks.
No.
So I'll replace this jack and make sure there's nothing other system damage going on, but I can't make any guarantees past that. Who installed? I know what, I'd be tempted. If she wasn't so chatty, I'd wake up right now and ask her who installed this head memory.
She would certainly answer.
Compressed BS.
Do it.
It's Chihuahua.
He puts the sandwich in his mouth and just starts working. Like with the sandwich kind of half hanging out the side. Every once in a while, he'll put his tools down, take a bite, and then go back to work. It doesn't take him very long before he takes out basically a small, what looks like a laser, and just kind of draws on the side of her head for a moment. You see like a sizzle. And he sprays it, and like a foam kind of congeals. And then there's kind of a 2-minute lapse as he gets hollow Mercury situated in the chair, and then reaches into his little jacket and pulls out what you think is smelling salts, just pops under her nose. You wake up.
So wait, so where were we? Did I give you her phone number yet?
Who was your doc?
I mean, maybe you are now.
And did they
No,
install
Dr.
that?
Layman.
Did they install that head memory for you? Or did you get that at a shopping mall too?
No. That was Chihuahua.
He hugs you. Poor thing.
Oh. Well, look back towards the one-way mirror with a look of pure confusion on her face.
Those charlatans. Those.
Oh.
We'll get you right.
I'm on the back. You're preaching to the choir here.
We'll get you right. All right.
Charlatans is how I would describe them.
He gives you a pill bottle. It has your name on it. It says Hollow Mercury. It's got a bunch of what looks like medicine in there. Take these every 12 hours for pain, or if you're bored.
Sounds good.
Well, we'll talk business matters later. It looks like you all are under the gun. You wouldn't have shown up at my doorstep. You weren't in the middle of some dreck. So once you feel ready to walk, you can have a sucker on the way out.
Aw. She's legitimately excited at that prospect.
Saint, can we have a moment, please?
I can say from experience, much better than the corporate doctors.
There's more sandwiches in the fridge. He kind of tosses gloves somewhere and walks out of the clinic.
Yeah, I'll go have an aside.
Black ice, really? On a Tuesday?
I had no idea it was in there.
That's just
None
military.
of us did.
What are you doing? You're going to be Nova hot in days. What?
We're trying to find we're trying to find a reason why somebody got killed over this deck.
All right, look, I don't want to know, but I'm not Doc Wagon. I'm not going to peel your asses off the street. You got to get here for me to save you. You understand? That means you need a working brain, legs, a car, a drone, or something.
Speaking of cars, that's where we're headed next. The yards.
Why? Yep.
You don't want to know.
I got an arm to dismantle and a patient who's still unhappy with me to deal with. Y'all can handle this.
Once we clear this shit, though, we got to talk about the muscle toner thing again.
I got your whole dossier of upgrades waiting for you. You need money, son. You need to live to do it.
I'm working on it.
Okay. Survive. get paid. He flicks you in the nose.
Ow.
Take care of those people.
That's the plan.
He pulls an arm out from under the counter. Slings it over his shoulder. You see him out.
I make sure that Hollow Mercury gets the sucker that she wants.
They're really big.
And then...
Are there multiple flavors? Because she'll spend her time choosing the optimum sucker.
There are, but you have to understand, they're like racquetball sized.
That's even more ideal.
Okay. Whatever flavor you choose, you find that it has a very soothing after effect. If you sample it, yeah.
Oh dear.
The rest of you that are in the observation room, as the Saint and Dr. Chuck wander off, is there anything you're doing in that time?
I'm just flipping through magazines. I don't know where the exit is, so.
Okay. So you all kind of recollect yourselves as you get your sucker on the way out and you exit Dr. Chuck's. We are, if I'm not mistaken, are we coming up on time, or am I behind an hour? I'm ahead an hour.
You're behind there.
I'm behind. We still have an hour.
You're ahead an hour. We still have an hour.
Right. Okay, sorry about that. I was like, whoa, my clock is weird. Sorry, y'all. Took on a new contract today. I'm working different hours. Anyway, we're good. Okay, so y'all, we'll walk out of the doctor's office.
Yep.
Hollow Mercury, you feel shiny. Like literally and figuratively. Your jack feels nice and cool. And you find that there's like a little bit of there's a little more flair in the scarring. It's subtle. When you take out like your mirror and you get a look at it, it's almost like he signed your head. Sort of. Like just around the data jack, you can see that there is a bit of like personalization to the way the scarring is. It's very, very subtle. You wouldn't notice if it didn't change the way it looked before, but it's also much cleaner than your previous model.
Interesting. Okay, so weird question, Saint. Is he single? Not like for me. I just know someone.
I mean, anything's possible.
I feel like he has to be, right? Man's clearly married to his work.
Yeah, which is why it might not be best to try to maneuver anything socially for Dr. Chuck for a while. He's pretty much a staple of the community around here as far as our shadow community goes.
Well, I won't be pushy. Just gonna let someone know that he exists.
No, I'm sure he'd be.
She saved my life. The least I can do is hook her up with someone I think she get along with. She's insane.
It might be good for one another.
Yeah. It's like the polar opposite. I'll flare half the skill.
All right, well, while the runners decide what their next move is, why don't we go ahead and run that lethal ad. The one that's looming overhead and casting a dark shadow.
With an ominous 2-minute countdown.
Casting a dark shadow over the most dramatic of moments.
It let me snooze it for 5 minutes, so I don't know if I can undo that or.
You might be able to hit the manual like run ad button, right? Or does it not let you do that anymore?
Maybe.
Probably in the dashboard.
It is. If not, we can keep going. But yeah, what is if the next move is to go to the car yards? Then that is, I'm assuming, where you're going, unless you're making another stop in the meantime. It's only been so that whole process with Dr. Chuck took about 3.5 hours. You do have another box of lethal damage that you're sitting on right now. But the ones that you took have been repaired. So you are at 1 box of lethal damage right now, just from surgery.
Yeah, okay. So just same amount of damage, just a different cause.
Yes. But you feel better.
Hey, Rusty. Do you want to maybe call your buddy, the college guy, about the program?
Yeah, it's gonna take a little bit to try to remember their phone number, and we haven't really kept close touch, but I can certainly see what I can do.
All right. Where's
Cool.
Rusty? So, Rusty, which contact are you reaching out to?
I was talking about my
Fun fact. Just a second. I was actually looking for your character sheet because I was pretty sure. Do we have your contacts on there? I'm pretty sure we did.
I have one contact officially on there.
Right. What is your contact?
It's my mama.
Right. So that is technically your contact.
Yeah. That's why I'm stalling a little
Wait,
bit.
is your contact your mom?
Yeah. Not the contact for this particular situation, but I'm just gonna pretend like I'm
But
looking
she could
for
be. She could be your
Could
contact.
be.
No, gosh,
She's a
no.
hacker.
No.
Are you sure you don't want to call your mother?
Yes, I'm very sure I don't want to call my mummy.
Because your
I don't
mother
wanna call my
definitely
mummy.
your mother definitely has access to the software matrix utilities.
No, I don't want to call my mummy.
Okay.
Don't
Just
make me
making
call
sure.
my mummy.
I'm not making you do anything.
Okay. Thank you.
You could like pretend your mom's a college friend.
I'm just gonna say I'll let Saint know a little bit later that I don't have.
Okay.
Say, I lost contact with them on the social medias. I'm sorry. I don't think I have that contact.
What?
Yeah, I just kind of fell out with that contact. They used to work at like a deli shop, and then they worked at a coffee shop, and we just kind of fell out of touch. So,
I nod.
you
Like
know.
that happens. It's plausible.
It's amazing. If
Wait.
Rusty was down an edge, I would definitely give Rusty an edge for that.
Anybody else got a hardware contact we can use? If not, I can
Maybe.
call.
How about you, cowboy?
I know somebody in the crime syndicate, but I don't think that's going to be helpful.
Depends on the crime syndicate.
You want to take our ad medicine now?
Yeah, go ahead. While you all contemplate your contacts, we'll be back after the ad. We will continue deliberating about the nature of contacts and what they may or may not be able to do for you during this ad break. So enjoy it and stick around, please.
What are contacts good for?
It's just yes, Auntie. When
I
somebody threw
hope
that
we
out
get to
there,
meet
like,
your mom.
no, we don't want to be my mommy. We want to call my
Unbelievable.
mommy.
Only the best professionals. That's who we work with.
Mhm.
I was really
Exactly.
hoping Rusty was going to call mom.
No.
That'd be really funny.
I'm really hoping that they won't. All right, ads up now.
Okay.
Mercury does have 5 contacts because she only has skills. She has nothing but skills.
Right.
But none of them are tech very intentionally. So
Right.
it's kind of a hole. She knows a fence. She knows a cleaner. She knows a bartender. She knows a doctor. It's 4, not 5. I don't know how to count. But none of them are like specifically techie.
A fence.
The fence might know someone.
fence
Like
might
they all
duplicate
have like pretty
utilities.
strong loyalty,
Mhm.
connection and stuff. But
What's the name of your fence? Do they have a name?
yeah, it's Vega Almasi.
Vega Almasi.
It's like a middle-aged dude.
What was the rating?
Loyalty 3, connection 3.
All right. Yeah, you're pretty sure Vega would at least have access to a reasonable volume of matrix utilities. And if is Vega Almasi a he, she, they?
I think he. I should have put pronouns in here.
All right. So
Maybe I didn't.
Vega is well enough connected to have access to relatively, we'll say, restricted programs, but it's always a question of time. So the more resources you're able to have to negotiate with, in addition to your loyalty to or their loyalty to you, those things will help kind of grease the wheels. But there's kind of a baseline of time based on the availability of the item that you're looking for, and then there's money.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So then could go for that if we've got no other options.
Mhm.
But I mean, ideally, someone knows someone who actually is better equipped for the tech stuff.
Ad break ends in 5 seconds.
Well,
And yeah, we weren't taking a break for the ads. We were just kind of here talking. So I didn't run.
we were
I didn't run
we were
the
talking about
credits.
contact.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's all good.
You're all good.
Hello.
Hello.
Why, hello. Welcome back from capitalism. Christ.
Welcome back from capitalism right into hypercapitalism. And
Done.
sovereign mega corporations.
The worst. The worst. I can't believe it. Okay,
Who wants to work for the
mega
company store?
corporations
Come on.
aside. I mean,
Did we decide on a contact?
not since the incident.
I have a cop, I have a corporate asshole, a street doc, and a mafia constable. Blah, 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 blah.
Consigliere.
I can't say the word. So we're going with.
I also know a mafia.
Did you
Blah.
Did you just murder that mafioso title?
She murlocked it. That's not...
I just murloc it.
Is your consigliere
What time of night is it right now? Like, is it late at night?
It is currently, let's see, wasted about 3 hours. Well, wasted. You definitely used those 3 hours, but it's about 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, okay. So, I mean, I think Veg is not necessarily going to be the most useful right now. His social habit is a non-functioning alcohol. And he lives above a bar. So might need to talk to him in the morning.
Yeah, this is probably
I find
peak
this all
time.
like,
But you'll,
I find this all very surprising. I go back to the Eric Elite and I call Apex.
Okay. Apex is your fixer?
Yes.
Okay. The phone definitely goes to voicemail.
That's fine.
It's just a beep. There's no thank you for calling the person who generally handles your illicit activities.
All right. He's a 2-2, so okay. I will just do what I normally do, which is say, call me back, and then hang up the phone.
Okay.
Well, we'll always try to call Vega or leave a message. All of these contacts are basically people who live in that exact block and general area where she's at. So he's fully her neighbor.
So you call Vega Almasi, non-functional alcoholic, at 1 o'clock in the morning on a Tuesday.
Huh?
Hello!
Hi, it's Mercury. Call me in the morning.
What?
Call me.
I can't find my phone. Hold on. You hear him like wandering around
your phone.
a house. No, I'm not. It's on speaker. What do you want?
This is why I never get any sleep.
You hear a flush.
Call me in the morning.
Call you a what?
In the morning. Call Mercury.
Where's my phone?
I'll just call him in the morning.
Okay. Wait, just keep talking. You hang up and you hear him kind of like, you hear his scream of agony in the moment that he no longer has something to follow.
Well, he's a nice guy.
Your phone rings.
In the morning.
Your phone rings, Saint. Boop.
This Saint.
You know, most of the time when I get calls at this time of night, it's either to tell me that a body's dropped or that I won the lottery. Which one is this?
Lottery?
I love the lottery. What did I win?
A fresh business.
Goods or services?
Goods.
Go on.
I need a reasonably heavy decrypt program.
You do? You changing profs on me? Didn't I just buy you
Negative.
a ton of ammunition?
That's neither confirmed nor denied.
Good. Decrypt, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I might be able to get you something relatively soon. How soon we need it?
I mean, it's not like a now thing, but 24 hours, 48 hours?
Give me the specs on what you require. I'll get you a timeline.
So I'm going to essentially go after a rating 4 decrypt program.
Okay, what's the availability of a rating 4 decrypt program? Let's see. Let's go to the map.
I'm not sure what the MPCP rating of the Fuji 4 is, so...
4.
Right.
Just gonna
So I didn't want to...
lean up towards the front seat behind Cowboy, just say he's so professional. It's weird.
Where's the programs? Here we go.
Try not to blush.
Decrypt.
I'm shoving some cubic soy in my mouth. It's like bacon cheesecake flavored. Very tasty.
Sense of utility is...
Extend the hand.
I put some in her hand.
It slings back.
All right, where's the part on purchasing programs? Let's just give me just a second here. It's under... No, gear. No. Oh, it's just in electronics. Rating for decrypt. Decrypt information, treated countermeasures. Are the prices not in 2050? That's weird. All right, give me just a second.
Yeah, because it'll probably operate a little differently inside the fifth ed book.
Software. Okay. Programming software, DataSoft, MapSoft, programs. All right, I'm just gonna go based off of, because I can't find it right now. I don't care. I have to find it, so I'm gonna roll their ratings anyway. Oops, not there. And we can move on.
Where did you fall it? Where did it fall?
Right. So you said rating 2, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm looking for a rating 4.
No, I'm saying his connection rating is 2. And his
Yes,
loyalty is
2, sorry.
Yeah, okay. All right. Howdy doody. More successes. I can get it to you in about 4 hours at the dead drop, but I'm going to need a little bit of a bump in retail, if you catch my meaning.
You just tell me the bad news, man.
I'll send you a total. Give me 3 hours. I'll send you a location.
Okay.
He ends the call.
Hang up.
Yep.
I turn to Mercury and say, we should have a program for the deck in about 4 hours.
Oh, wow. That's pretty impressive.
Well, let's go try to earn some money so we can pay for it.
Oh, dear. Well, hopefully whatever's in here is worth that then.
All right. So pulling up
If
to
nothing
the car.
else.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Go ahead, man.
Yeah, pulling up to the car yards. You can. This place is very well lit, by the way. As you pull up, there are floodlights on what basically amount to the front gate of this place. You pull up to what is essentially like a full-blown outer perimeter wall constructed of junk and cars and poles and trash, like a hardened exterior wall. It's about 14 feet high, covered in rebar and barbed wire and shrapnel. You can see multiple people posted on the walls. You spot 2 immediately, both carrying assault cannons that are on tripods that they are very kind of casually leaning up against and talking across from each other, like across the gate. Are you pulling up the car to the gate, or are you parking somewhere and walking up?
How does the group feel, dude? Should I pull up just so if we need like a quick getaway? No. Okay.
No. We should not get close to this place with a car. that they could add to the stack.
Okay. We park elsewhere.
That's an apartment building? People live here?
Lives a relative term.
Like I'm used to a lot of things at this point, but huh.
Yeah, if anybody has Seattle knowledge or area knowledge, you can feel free to roll it to know a bit more about the car yards. Can
Sure,
give you a little bit of a
do some of that.
less blind roll here.
To woo.
So was that one for Morgan, 6, 2, okay. So, what you all remember basically about the car yards? This place is actually kind of legendary. A lot of runners, a lot of elites come here occasionally to cut their teeth, to try their abilities, to test their limits. This place thrives on combat and conflict. The king's rule is by force. You either get in line or you get out. His citizens, right, the peasants, the peasant folk, revere him because he does protect them aggressively. This place is essentially off the beaten path for security. Lone Star doesn't mess around in here. There are Lone Star cars that make up part of the wall. But the only reason that they don't seem that you understand that they haven't leveled this place is because all this stuff has to go somewhere, and they haven't developed a new place yet, and they can't dump it in the Puget. So the fuel gets added to the fire, and the king seems content to not stretch the outer limits of his domain. So the yards remain under his control and of his fanatical followers. You're able to put that together kind of amongst the three of you. The most infamous part of the car yards is the arena. A Thunderdome-esque coliseum where bloody combat is held on a nightly basis. For whatever reason is a reason. So did you drive the car up or did you walk?
I think we walked.
Okay.
We walked.
I was just curious. So you walk up to the gate. You hear from up on the parapet, basically. Hold there!
Letting Saint or Cowboy take the lead on this one, or unless Rusty wants to.
Hold there, who dares trespass on the king's domain? Identify yourselves or be blown to shit.
Hail!
You just see one of them like kind of put his hand up. Hail! Put your hand back on that gun. Boy, she said hello.
I look over at Saint. That's all I got.
State your business.
I'm here to see the king.
That's it? That's all you got? You're here to see the king?
Yeah, I got a business proposition for him.
Who's asking?
Name is Saint.
I don't know no Saint. You don't know anybody.
This is Cowboy, Mercury, and Rusty.
Well, nobody gets an audience without an offering. What are you offering?
I reach in my pocket. I pull out a roughly business-sized envelope or something that looks like one and hold it up.
He nods.
Drink patch.
The one that's been talking nods to the other one. He steps away from the cannon and you hear him kind of clump, like walking down some stairs. A guard dressed in the, first and foremost, in apocalyptic heavy metal gear, kind of jangles out to you. What's that?
Take your pick. I sort of fan the envelope out a little bit, and I show them trank, trauma, or antidote.
Give me 2 of those and 1 of those.
I
Well, how
take
many of you
my-
are there? 4? 2 of those and 2 of those. He asked for 2 tranks
Pass them over.
and 2 antidote patches.
Okay. I'll hand him over.
He holds them up. We'll alert the king that you're coming. Anything to declare? Yeah, like war.
I was going to declare war. I'd do it in the arena.
Yeah! Come on in, go to the waiting room. King will send somebody for you when he's ready. Saint, huh? Cowboy. You named the rest of them, right?
I did.
Hollow, Mercury, and Rusty, huh? Rusty, sounds like you belong here. Maybe we'll keep you.
I like to say, like, he doesn't mean that, does he?
I mean, you
No.
look like you might fit right in.
You head in. The waiting area is pretty obvious. Basically, you walk in through the massive gates of this junkyard. You find yourself standing in front of a monument of junk and cars that build kind of a spire. And at the top, you see a large flag that is like blowing in the wind. That just says the word king on it. It doesn't have like a crown. There's no like symbol. It just says the word king in like red lettering. And you see a couple of benches
I take a seat.
in front of a water fountain that is not running.
Water fountains. Water fountains.
A few minutes pass, and you see some. The road to the palace is pretty straight. Like you can see where this place would be. It's directly down this path from you, where there are these kind of columns of cars and debris and trailers. You see somebody descend down from the stairs in this spire and starts walking toward you. She is. She looks dangerous. She's carrying a large spear that has what looks like a sharpened stop sign at the end of it. More of the kind of, apocalyptic armor with all of the metal pairings and jingles that go with it. Face paint. Heavily pierced. She walks up to you and kind of slams your spear to the ground. I come with tidings from the king. He says he will see the saint and his... What are they to you?
Associates.
Sure.
I stand back up.
You have 3 rules. Don't interrupt the king. Don't pull a weapon if you're not ready to die. And if you're ready to die, you should probably tell me how much money you have on you.
Those are reasonable rules.
Uh-huh.
Come with me. She turns around. Just kind of purposefully walks down this lane between all these cars. You see people all over the place. This is like, it's like crawling with curious, dirty people that are kind of leering at you from behind car windows and inside cars or like buses. There's a little bit of hissing, a little bit of giggling. They're all kind of grease stained and painted. And you walk up to this spire where you're led by this woman, and inside the spire, it's not very deep, right? It's not like a huge, it's a giant spire of junk, and recessed in it, you see, atop some stairs, you see a throne where a man sits. It looks human. Looks maybe in his middle-aged, maybe mid-40s, early 50s. He's got a real thick black beard. He's kind of hairy everywhere. He's not nearly as dressed as the other ones. He's almost dressed like a gladiator. Like he has a skirt and like leather-laced straps that attach to his sandals. You can see like an actual cestus hangs at his side. And on his throne, like attached to the back of it, you can see a crown kind of lazily draped. It looks really heavy. It's not surprising that it's up there. He stands up.
Oh.
Well, here you are. I don't recognize any of you. That means it's your first time here.
It's an honor to meet you, my liege. Look apprehensively towards Saint.
That remains to be seen. You have words for me?
We're looking for someone who may live in your domain.
May. He sits back down. And what, you want to have a talk with him? A little chit-chat? Your questions?
Certainly.
You a cop?
Can't help herself. Let's her snort laugh.
Because only cops have questions. You might have business. Do you have business? Because that's what we do here.
Yes. Business.
So who is the object of your desire?
I sort of curl my lip just a little bit and I say, Hammy.
Hammy. Kind of scratches his beard. See him gesture to the woman again.
Yes.
He mumbles something to her. She kind of shrugs. And what if he's here? What then?
We'd like to do business with him.
That means you're here to do business with me. Because no business happens in my domain without me saying so. So here's what I'll tell you. You want access to Hammy. I say that's something that might be in my power to provide you with. But what if he doesn't want to talk to you? You gonna make him?
If I have to.
So it sounds like you want more than talk and access. You want power. You want power over Hammy. Power has to be taken.
Oh.
So tell you what. You take that power, I'll give you Hammy.
All right.
Something's brewing tonight. Little festivity I cooked up. Could use some pre-show entertainment. You all seem capable. Kind of looks you up and down. Who knows, I might get a laugh out of it too. Tell me something. He looks at you, cowboy. You know how to use those shooters?
I sure do.
Let's hope so. Because if I have my way, you're going to need them. So, do we have an accord? You perform admirably should you succeed. Your prize. Hammy.
Along with anything taken from the combatants.
Oh no, that
Spoils.
stuff's mine. Everything here is mine. This ain't a negotiation. You came here to ask me for something, and I'm telling you what I need. So you can have it. I'm not interested in your conversations. I could use the extra space. He hasn't done a whole lot with that apartment. So. Anybody need to call?
Terms.
Anybody need to call in case you don't make it out of here?
No one that would pick up the phone.
Sheila will help you get prepared. There's a few specifics that need to be covered. We need to make sure that you're not gonna cut and run on us for the festivities. So get cozy. Show starts in an hour. Bear in mind, victor in the arena's respect here. Till I see what you're made of, your chum. Sheila. One with the spear kind of taps her spear again. Walks back down the stairs. She looks concerned. Slightly, but she seems to kind of wave you all as she walks out the door. Well, no, out the area that is the entrance, the arch.
Right. Yeah, follow Sheila.
Yep. She brings you all to what looks like a prep area. You can see that there are small dressing areas. There looks to be some tools here, equipment, scrap. There's lots of junk in this room. Lots of what look like broken materials, weapons, armor, debris. Nothing really useful. Looks like a lot of stuff is cast off. Old bloodstains mar the floor here. You can see that it looks like people have probably bled out on the floor in this area, and it's just part of the paint job now. It smells like sweat and no small amount of desperation. I need you to relieve yourselves of your communication devices for the time being. I hope you understand why.
No, I don't.
So I can't call it a drone strike?
You're going into a life or death situation where your skills are expected to be everything. Outside interference is not allowed.
There won't be any outside interference.
And we wish to make sure of that. She points at a bin.
Yes, and turn all of our electronic devices over to the people here so they can paw at them.
Your devices won't come to any harm, should you make it out alive. If you die, they're forfeit, obviously.
I'm glad the arena is big. I start putting my various comm links and whatnot on the box. It's got a lot of space for blood. That's good.
We just agreed to.
Seems like you got a lot of fight in you.
Unnecessary.
Look, pre-show is almost always a bloodbath. You're not meant to win. It's a palate cleanser for the crowd.
We'll see.
Flavor of the night is ghouls. Are the rest of you surrendering your devices?
Totally. By which I mean I have an internal compartment that it's going into.
Okay.
As subtly as I can.
Okay. What is your internal compartment holds how much stuff?
That's a good question. I don't think it's particularly large.
No, it would hold a comlink. It's not going to hold a cyber deck.
Oh yeah, shit. No, definitely not the cyber decks. I guess we'll turn that one over. That's their problem if they open that one up.
Yeah, she takes basically comlinks, not comlink, well, portable phones at this point. Phones, radios, any electronics, like if you have like a remote control deck or something like that, that stuff gets put in the bin. Don't miss.
Don't tell me what to do.
Once she has all the information, she puts it in a locker in the room and then shuts it. And she walks out.
Is she still in the room?
Well, she walks out. You hear the door slam and lock.
Saint? Why did we just agree to a death battle?
Because we need Emmy.
Do we need Hammy so badly we're going to fight ghouls to the death?
Yes.
Great, I'll stay behind you.
This will be fun.
Or I'll stay behind you.
So, what prep are people doing? Out of curiosity, is there any preparation happening before any of this?
Doing some like calisthenics and stretching.
Okay. So Saint gets limber.
Did I have to hand over my explosives too?
If you have what explosives do you have with you?
Commercial explosives.
I was assuming you would have had left those in the car. You're just carrying those on you?
Yeah.
I guess in the car.
They would have probably been in the car.
Like a sack of fertilizer.
It's like multiple kilograms of plastic.
Right.
I've got like a little fanny pack full.
Fanny pack. It just says "yeah ass" on it. That's it.
I love how I'm the crazy person, but she's running around with like C4.
It's good to know it's in.
Yeah, it's normal.
Just in
C12.
case.
We'll assume it's in the car.
Yes. Okay. That's good.
They take my explosives. I have a missile. Just walk around with the missile.
I don't have my full ordnance on me.
Sure.
Because that's not the way I would roll, but I've got my max power and katana and the 227.
Yep. Okay. Cowboy, any prep? How's Cowboy feeling?
Yep, I'm took a seat, feeling pretty confident. I'm polishing my Colt Manhunters. It's Huff and Puff are their names.
Okay.
And they've got, one has a couple explosive rounds left in it, and then the rest are regular ammo on both guns.
All right. Hollow Mercury.
I was muted. Has a gun, isn't really doing a lot of prep with that. I think she's mostly trying to like meditate and ground and center herself so that she can do adept shit if she needs to.
Okay.
And otherwise, is trying real hard not to panic is the name of the game. Just trying to go past panic into mindfulness, into, having, oh gosh, what's the name of that? Combat paralysis is going to be a problem here. Just trying to bypass combat paralysis.
About 15 minutes later, the silence is kind of interrupted by what sounds like a thump, like a rhythmic thump begins. It doesn't start quiet. It just starts getting progressively louder and larger. It starts to build into, you can hear voices, like a chant starting. You can't really make out what they're saying yet. Sounds like they're saying 3 words. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. It starts to build more. You can feel the thunder of like people stomping their feet above your head. You start hearing words. Blood, rust, oil. Blood, rust, oil. It starts to build to a crescendo. And then you hear horns. Not trumpets, not tubas, car horns. Hundreds of them. Blaring. All sorts of insane sounds. And that goes on for a few seconds before it just kind of ends in thunderous applause. You hear someone speaking loudly, but you can't, again, where you are, everything sounds muffled. Everything sounds like it's coming through layers and layers of just material. But there's a moment, there's a pause where you hear more cheering and jeering as you hear the clink, 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 clink of the door just less than 2 meters from where you're sitting begin to open. And then as soon as the crack is in the door, you hear how loud the crowd is. And you can feel like a wave, like a blast of heat just kind of roll into the room. As you start to see pyrotechnics, you see flaming barrels shooting gouts of fire into the sky. And you see a coliseum constructed from city fence, and it's just a tower of fencing and chain link and chains and bars. Easily goes 30 feet into the air, ending in just deadly spikes. Through the arena, you can see that like there's a couple of obstructions. There's a couple of cars that are blown out husks that just kind of litter the terrain. And on the ground, there are bodies rotting. Tonight's challengers, for the fate of Hamfist. Hammy, Hammy, Ham. You see them bring him out, trussed and dressed like a pig. He is hogtied. They carry him out on a pole, as if they were going to turn him over a spit, and they hoist him over the pit. One way or another, we're going to have our appetizers. Either they will satisfy our lust, or the rumbling stomachs of the horde. The crowd breaks into raucous cheering. A door on the inside of your little locker room, your little prep area opens, and you see Sheila again. This is where I tell you it's time to go out there.
Okay. I draw my katana and the pistol. Mm-hmm. I look at Rusty and Mercury and say, find cover when we get out there.
I'm vibrating with excitement.
Remember the rules, all of you in the splatter zone. If you take a bullet, it's on you. If you walk away, you get a door prize. Woo! Blood, rust, oil. Blood, rust, oil. Sheila just kind of taps her spear on the ground. The rest of you watch Saint walk out, pistol in one hand, sword in the other. You walk out to annoyingly blinding lights shining directly down on you. Yeah, they're shining down.
The dampers kick.
Yeah, immediately.
I kick the sound filter on immediately to cut the crowd noise.
I give you the Saint. Woo! Woo! Go home, Dandy! Woo! That's an elf! Take it off! Take his skin! Twist his face!
Just look at Rusty.
Set fire to these bitches.
Sheila points the tip of her spear
Future problem.
out.
We're going.
All right, the rest of you come out. And his associates! His what's-he-gets? Associates! Woo! More elves! Eat them all! They taste like chicken! Things start getting thrown into the arena. You all duck, like, bottles, material, debris, lit cigarettes, unlit cigarettes, small creatures. You'd think a rat gets thrown. You can see the king from where you are.
I'd like to identify the splatter zone as well.
The splatter zone, you can see them. It's the ring that's around the fence. It's like,
Perfect.
some of them have tarps and raincoats on. You see a couple of them are hiding behind like half barrels with slits in them. And then the rest of the crowd is on risers that are able to look down into the pit. So like you're from where you are, it goes 30 feet up. From where they are, it goes 15 feet down. So they're about halfway up. The risers start, and the king is kind of near the top with a suspended orc in his underwear and kind of you guess like the VIPs, whoever they are. Everybody kind of looks the same here. It's kind of hard to make out. Some people are fancier than others. Like you see a guy wearing like a head on top of his head. You don't know if it's a real head, but it's very fancy.
I have so many questions.
So little desire for the answers.
The chanting continues for like another 4 or 5 seconds when you see the king bring forth a scepter that is carved from what looks like the bumper of a semi-truck. And he smashes like a giant, it's not a gong, it looks like a truck hood that he hits with this thing. And then you all hear another door start to open. Tink, 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 on the far side of the arena. That opens into darkness. And there's like a hush that kind of falls over the crowd. You hear whispers. And it seems like everybody's kind of waiting for something. And Saint, your select sound filter, having kind of pushed out most of the crowd, hears a distinct noise. You hear a deep, throaty hiss. And then half a dozen decrepit, rotted, fleshy humanoids burst out of this door. Some running on all fours, springing over cars and barrels. Are running to your position, and in moments they'll be upon you. You can see the hunger in their eyes. You can see like half-rotted flesh spilling out of their mouths. The crowd goes nuts. What was once debris is now like open beers and open bottles are flying. The place becomes a mess. And I think, honestly, that is a great place for us to park tonight's episode of Drake.Revenge as you face off in the car yard arena with half a dozen starving ghouls that want nothing more than to taste your flesh. So, to the viewers, thank you for coming. We really appreciate your presence. We will be here again in 2 weeks to pick up where we left off. I do want to give another round of appreciation for all of our supporters, backers, Patreoners. Also, there has been information provided to me by the wonders of the Old Ways management that it sounds to me like you, the viewer, are going to have a lot more control over what happens to our players. So I'll leave it to Mike to describe how Hands of Fate work and how your impact and your support can either prove to be a boon or in some cases maybe a little bit of a hindrance to someone who might be who might have earned your ire. And so with that, I would like to move to outro. So I'll actually go ahead and start. Please, Mike, see us out.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate it, and all your work tonight, and the entire Shadowrun stream team has been fantastic. My name is Mike. I am the head of the Old Ways Entertainment, and thus the podcast and Twitch here. Lovely to have everyone here. I will make a slight scheduling note, which is this Friday, stop back in because myself and Casper and Mare are going to make a haunted house. So we're going to poll the chat. We're going to make a fun haunted house, and we're going to see what exists inside of it. You're going to help us out a ton, I hope. So that is Friday this week. Check the schedule here that's listed on the Twitch chat. Yeah. If you need to get a hold of me, you can do so through various social media means. You can join the Discord and talk to myself and other cast members there. We'd love to see you there.
Okay, thank you so much for all that, Mike. And once again, this has been awesome. So let's move it along to Pesto. How are we doing?
I'm terrified. Thank you. But other than that, this was a lot of fun. Thank you so much for running the game tonight, Leko. And thank you to the cast members. This is a lot of fun. Thank you to all the viewers for joining us tonight. Thank you for all the subs and everything, all the support. Just thank you so much. I've been Pesto Mystic, and I was playing Rusty, the allergetic driver.
The heart of gold. Cowboy, any words?
I do. Yeah, this was great. We had a good time. Thanks to everybody for watching. I'm Morgan. I play Cowboy. You can usually find me on the Old Ways podcast Discord as Jedi Girl, and I play on a variety of shows on the Old Ways podcast. So hit us up over there and give us a listen.
Thank you for that, Morgan. And Hollow Mercury, could you please see us out as well?
Sure. Hi, it's me. I'm Bunny Artist. My protege or they and them. This is a ton of fun. I'm really excited to have been here. I got a big old smile on my face. I wanted this game like a little bit tired. Like, okay, am I gonna have the energy for what's for me a very late night game? And now I'm like, I can go for another hour. Let's fight some zombies. And so thank you very much for really a really fun game. I've been playing Hollow Mercury, our scrupulous face thief who sure is not ready for combat at all. And I'm very excited for next time. Thank you also, like everyone else said, for the support and kindness today. I saw that coming through in chat. That was really wonderful to see. I'm very excited that the Old Ways has been bringing to join me over here on Twitch. And I wish them all the love and success with that. It's been really amazing to see. I'm proud of y'all. Y'all are cool. Y'all are cool.
Well, and thank you all again for continuing to help us bring attention or bring attention to any of the technical issues that we're having. It's a work in progress. We're going to continue chipping away at it. So don't be afraid to tell us when the shit's broke, because we'll fix it. So again, I've been Leko. It's been an absolute pleasure to continue being the Game Master here, and I look forward to continuing the action in a couple of weeks with a continued Old Ways Twitch live play of Shadowrun 5th Edition, drake.Revenge. We will see you all next time.